What's going on, guys? Cultimush back at it with another video, a $1,000 gaming PC build featuring the Radeon R9 390. Now, this has actually been one of my most requested videos over the last month or so. The R9 390 has gained a lot of steam and a lot of people are seeing it for a great video card, and it seems to be a GPU a lot of people want. It's one of the hottest GPUs on the market right now. It's really rivaling the GTX 970. So here is a $1,000 build with that GPU, but as always, let's get started with the CPU. For the CPU of this build, I went with the Intel Core i5-4690K 3.5 GHz quad-core processor. Still had to stick with the Intel CPU in this $1,000 build, and I decided to pick the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo as the CPU cooler. Now, this CPU cooler is only $27. You can't do crazy overclocking with it, but you can still do decent overclocking and actually bring the i5-4690K to around 4 GHz. And the 4690K is an absolute beast of a gaming CPU. It's quad-core, which most games take advantage of, and since it is the 4690K, like I said, you can overclock it, and while it's stock clocked at 3.5 GHz, that's still very good. You might as well take it to around 3.8, 4.0 gigahertz, and then you're going to get even more performance out of it, and the i5-4690K is a beast of a gaming CPU. At this kind of price range for around $220, it doesn't get much better than the 4690K. I really like this CPU, and like I said, with the Hyper 212, you can do some decent overclocking. But if you guys want to get a better CPU cooler, like liquid cooling, if you guys want to, that's up to you. But the Hyper 212 for only $27 is going to allow you to do decent overclocking, and it doesn't break the bank either. For the motherboard of this build, I went with the MSI Z97-Gaming 5 ATX LG1150 motherboard for around $140. Now, this is a sick motherboard from MSI. It's obviously on the Z97 chipset. It's got 4 RAM slots up to DDR3 3300 and up to 32 gigabytes of max memory. It's got RAID support, Crossfire support, SLI support, 6 SATA 6 gigabit per second port, and it's got onboard USB 3 headers. It's a loaded motherboard for a decent price of $140. It is a little bit pricier than the typical motherboards that I recommend, but in this $1,000 build, you have the budget to go for it, and it comes in a sick black and red color scheme. I like it a lot, and I think you guys will like it too. It goes with the color scheme of the build really well. And for $140 is a great MSI motherboard. MSI's got a great warranty policy, and their track record with motherboards are really great, and this one is reviewed very highly, so check it out. For memory, I went with G.Skill RipjawsX series 8GB, 240GB sticks running at DDR3 1600 MHz. This RAM is around $50. If you find it on sale, you can actually get it as low as around $45, but it's 8GB of RAM, not much more to say. If you're the kind of guy that you want to do a lot of editing and live streaming, maybe keep that 16GB option open. Like I said, the motherboard does have 4 RAM slots, so if you just want to pick up 8GB now and upgrade to 16 in the future, all you'll have to do is pick up another kit of this and you'll be golden. But 8GB is still perfectly fine for games. That's what most games these days recommend. You know, your higher-end games like Witcher 3, Dying Light, I'm sure upcoming games like Fallout 4 and Star Wars Battlefront are also going to recommend 8GB of RAM. So for $50, the RipjawsX series 8GB isn't a bad deal. For storage, for mechanical storage, I went with the Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB 3.5-inch 7200 RPM hard drive. Around $50 for this mechanical hard drive. This is going to be your mass storage where you keep all your excess games, movies, pictures, all that kind of stuff. You're gonna want something like this 1TB. If you guys shop around, you can find like Seagate 2TB actually for around $70 to $80. So if that's something you guys are interested in, definitely shop around. You can find those drives, and I know a lot of people, even 1TB isn't enough for them. They do need 2 or 3TB. Otherwise, this Caviar Blue 1TB for around $50 will act pretty well as your mass storage device. For the SSD, I went with the Kingston V300 series 120GB solid state drive. This SSD is only $50, which is just ridiculous. I actually have a 120GB SSD in my build. I bought that thing probably 2 years ago, and at that time, that SSD was $130. So just in a little over 2 years, the price of SSDs have gone down so much, and now you can get this 120GB Kingston SSD for only $50. This is going to be your SSD where you put your key applications and obviously your OS, and when I mean key applications, I mean the games you access the most. So what I like to do is I like to put a game like Battlefield 3 on my SSD because that is a game I play a decent amount, and the loading times for the multiplayer games in Battlefield 3 can tend to get long, but on an SSD, it's much faster. But obviously, you only have 120GB, so it's going to be your absolute key application. You're not going to store every single one of your games on only a 120GB drive. That's why we get the 1TB WD Blue as well. But for $50 at a $1,000 budget, there's really no reason not to go with an SSD anymore. Moving on to the biggest part of the build, the video card, the MSI Radeon R9 390 8GB video card for $330. Now, the R9 390 is a sick GPU for 1080p gaming or 1440p gaming. Now, this is an 8GB GPU, which honestly is a little bit more than you need, but hey, you're getting it, so I guess deal with it. The R9 390 is a beast of a GPU. If you're gaming at 1080p, you're going to be able to max out nearly every game, and even on the higher end games like Witcher 3, you might not get a solid 60 frames per second with everything cranked up, but if you just lower the settings a tad, you'll be getting 60 frames no problem. There's always a couple anomalies out there like Metro Last Light that just about no configuration can run at 60 FPS, but just know that the MSI R9 390 is an absolute beast of a video card. This video card also comes in a red and black finish, so it looks really good with the color scheme of the build, and it's got a decent cooler as well, so if you want to get even more performance out of the 390, that option will also be open. And this GPU is just fantastic for 1080p gaming, or if you even want to do 1440p gaming, it can do that too. Just an awesome video card right now. It's easy to see why this GPU is gaining so much steam and so much popularity from a lot of people. It's just a damn good GPU for a pretty reasonable price of $330. For the power supply, we went with the EVGA SuperNOVA Next 750 watt 80 plus bronze certified semi-modular ATX power supply. Now with 750 watts is probably a bit more than you need. Honestly, you could probably get away with the build with like a 600 watt, a 650 watt. You can check out the Seasonic 600 watts. EVGA's got some 600 watt power supplies. So if you do want to save a bit of money, check out one of Seasonic 600 watt power supplies. So if you do want to save a bit of money, check out like one of Seasonic 600 watt power supplies or an EVGA 600 watt power supply, but the budget could afford the SuperNOVA Next 750 watt. So I put it in the build. If you do want to go for a crossfire configuration in the future, this 750 watt will come in handy. And it's bronze certified and it's semi-modular, which is going to keep cable management much easier. And the price is pretty damn good, only $70 for a 750 watt power supply. Really can't go wrong with that. Finally, for the case, I went with the NZXT S340 Black ATX mid-tower case. Everybody and their mother knows about the S340 at this point. I've recommended it so many times. It's one of the best mid-tower cases at the moment at a very good. There's also a rebate attached to this right now, so you can get it for even cheaper if you decide to use that. The S340 is just an awesome case. The NZXT S340 is just an awesome mid-tower case, and it's got the side window everyone loves, and this configuration actually has a really awesome color scheme, so you can show it off to your friends. And the S340, just a great price on this case, and it looks great too. It's just an all-around winner in my opinion from NZXT. So as always, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you have a request for a future video, leave it in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.